Okay, so we got a new thing in the mail. It just arrived. We're actually about a day late on it, but yeah, a buddy of mine really wanted to upgrade his platform that he was doing, and he actually has some decent capabilities as far as an artist, and I do not. So yeah, that went that way, and yeah, this came this way. So I don't know why. Like I'm kind of into the latest and greatest, and the new iPad Pro was a thing, and so I decided that I wanted it. And so when we look at the prior generation, the iPad Pro, we had the M2 processor in there, and you had a base storage of 128 gigs, and you had a 10 megapixel ultra wide camera on the rear with some flash and some LiDAR sensor and a 12 megapixel main. And then on the front, I think it was a 12 megapixel front camera that was top of screen when the screen was in portrait mode. You had 12.9 inch mini LED. Something that really bothered me right off the top, right away, upon getting that iPad Pro was that when I was laying in bed and decided to put something on, all the blooming that existed in the background of everything that was there. You'd have your black backgrounds and whatever light object that was focused. There's just all that halo of white glow that was around everything, and that was really irksome. A challenge that I did not experience when using the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra with its 14.6 inch OLED display. So when they were talking about having a new iPad Pro with OLED, I thought, wow, okay, that solves one of my major gripes that I have with this device. And then it's going to have a little bit of a larger screen. Okay, we went at 0.1 inches. And that's all we knew at the time. And so then they announced the device last week, and there are some things that are different. So you lose the 10 megapixel ultra wide on the rear. The front facing camera now goes to top of screen when in landscape instead of portrait. I'm assuming center stage still works. The flash on the rear is now a true tone flash, so it should adjust accordingly based on the lighting needs. We'll see. It is a dual layer, I think they're calling it tandem OLED, so it's 2 layers of OLED display to get a brightness. Some people are already reporting dead pixels. We'll see what that looks like. The prior generation Apple Pencil does not mount to the device anymore because the magnets have changed because of the camera location being on the side. Yeah, so we lose some things. We're losing the millimeter wave radio because I guess not enough people were using it or adopting it. Storage has doubled though. Base storage, instead of being 128, is now 256 gigs. The new pencil supports rolling, and it supports like a squeeze. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But we lost some stuff, we gained some things, but the things that we gain that are notable are we get the M4 processor, which we can't take advantage of because the operating system is so limited. We get a new, more involved pencil. We get 0.1 inch larger display. We get OLED. So I guess the thing that everyone's going to notice the most would be the OLED, because you're not really going to really push the processor to notice the M4. Oh, it's lightweight. There's that. It's way lightweight. The iPad Air is now heavier than the other modern lineup devices, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, the way that I look at, you went from 5 studio mics on the prior generation iPad Pro down to 4 mics. I'm not sure. Like, I look at a lot of the stuff and say, are we going to notice anything different at all besides the OLED and the weight? And the weight may be offset depending on what type of case you put on the device. So, yeah. Should you upgrade? Probably not. Did I? Yes. So let's get into it. So you get this really, really pretty box that comes with the new pencil. I'm actually going to hand this pencil off to Heidi just to see what she thinks about it. She's still using Samsung's offerings, and she really hasn't adopted that usage too much. Or she did. She used to use it a lot, and now she's just not these days. Things have her work situation has changed, so she doesn't need to use that much. But I'm gonna hand this off to her, see what she thinks about it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and unbox it real quick and then pass that over. What do you think of the artwork on the box? Everybody's box is a little bit different. There's like 4 or 5 different designs.
Why is it all different?
They just
for uniqueness?
Yeah, I guess so. People packaged them differently. So their unboxing experience is always kind of cool. You can't see it because of the overhead light, but you just peel the strip, and then their packaging is honestly really cool. I like what they do with their packaging. So, designed by Apple in California. We got some books, and here is our pencil that slides out of its little slot. So apparently you can squeeze here now, and it recognizes that you've done so. Apparently rolling the pencil changes the shape of the brush. It also now has Find My in it. And we had a conversation about this earlier today, do you think that, because it has the Find My feature, do you think it still triggers the you're being followed by an unknown device? So, here. What do you think of the weight of it?
Yeah, it's really good. It's balanced.
Yeah. I mean, it feels pencil, like or pen weight.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But if we compare this up against, I don't know, I like the feel of it up against Samsung's offerings. So, yeah. All right, let's get into the meat of it, though. We're not really here for this. Again, super, super easy unboxing process. You got a little pull tab. Voila. Ugh. And I'm just dumping stuff all over the ground. We got 5 books on the ground now. Let's see. We're gonna pause and we'll come back. Okay, and sorry, there was a cut there, so I'm a little bit lost. But we were talking about the pencil, then we said we were going to get into the iPad itself. So we went ahead and took it out of the brown box that it came in with its quick, easy pull tab, and we've got the actual retail packaging here, which is kind of neat. You can actually tell that it's the current gen because of the box they threw that on there. Yeah, so here we've got an iPad Pro 13-inch Wi-Fi cellular model. So I actually have no idea if the eSIM has been activated. So a little bit of background on this is that I think the prior generation, the 2122 or 202122, the one with the M2, the cellular models did have, I believe, I'm almost positive, I don't have mine anymore to reference it, a physical SIM capability. However, they have since gone exclusively eSIM. It now must be set up eSIM. So you're going to need a couple of different pieces of information to provide to your carrier to get that set up. And if you're using like a MVNO or MVNO, yeah, which is a mobile virtual network operator, if you're using one of those, like an example would be Mint or Ting, if they're still in existence, or any of the ones that are actually renting bandwidth time on a major carrier, you may run into issues with getting these activated, because I've encountered situations where they were not eSIM ready. So that said, yeah, we should be able to just pop this open and see what we got going on here. Quick pull tabs. I love it. Apple, again, does, like, I'm not an Apple fanboy. I don't understand or like a lot of Apple products. I actually literally just sold a Mac Mini Pro last night to a buddy of mine because it sat for more than 3 months not being used. I had to take a microfiber cloth and dust it off before giving it to him. But it was in flawless condition because it saw no use at all. So yeah, heavy cardboard box. I like it. Let's see what we got. I'm not expecting a lot, but I am seeing things go on the rounds. Jesus, this thing, you can't tell. Like, you're not going to be able to tell in this video, but like, I'm going to hand this off. Here.
had to compare that to?
Yours.
Like a pew. No,
Grab yours.
no, it's lighter.
It's so much lighter. This is nuts.
It's not even a fair comparison. It's just
Yeah, we got our Samsung Galaxy Tab. Granted, it's got its keyboard and thing on it, but still, that feels like 3 times the weight. Yet it's even without it, that feels like it might be 4 times the weight.
well, we don't have a scale, so
I have a scale inside. I'm not going to get it, but this is a piece of just glass, and it's crazy. I do believe that, and this isn't going to show. There we go. I do believe that the prior generations surround the bezel was actually glass, and this looks like it's made out of the same metal. In fact, it is. It's just a single piece of, like pushed out, pressed, stamped metal. So we got our camera lens, we got our LiDAR, and we've got a microphone there, and our, I think the True Tone flash. Something that's kind of interesting, I'm looking at it, is the camera, at least visually to my eye, does not appear perfectly set in there, but it looks fine on camera, so that's what we're working with. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. Hey, do we have any accessories that have arrived yet? Are they out for delivery, do you know?
yes.
Okay. But I don't remember. Now I kind of feel bad because I don't remember whether or not the prior one came with, I know it came with a cable, but I don't know if it came with a charging brick. It had to have, because I have one of these. But everybody's iPad comes with a color matched, I think you've got silver, gray, and black USB-C cable. And this is actually just a nice, it's a nice cable. Yeah, I'm gonna take this cable out. I don't know that I'll actually use this guy, but it is a 20-watt charging brick that it comes with, and I think that the iPad has a charge rate higher than that, or capable of a charge rate higher than that. So an aftermarket charger may be something that you want to get anyway. Let's go ahead and put this back together. I hold on to all of this stuff because then I turn around and sell them in a couple of years, and I keep my stuff in flawless condition so somebody else can enjoy it. We don't need a SIM ejector tool because it doesn't have a SIM card anymore. We'll just go ahead and put this back together. I don't think there's anything else really to talk about. We talked about what the hardware is. The thing is stupid light. New accessories would be the new pencil, the new keyboard is the keyboard folio, the Magic Keyboard, I think is what they're calling it, is also supposed to be phenomenal. It's aluminum now. The trackpad is haptic instead of actual physical press, but they're very, very, very expensive, and I have never used my iPad that way, so I don't think that purchasing one will ever be in my future. With that in mind, WWDC is coming up here very soon, and there have not been tons of conversations about what is coming for iPad OS. However, this is the first Apple device to have the M4 processor and to be so hampered by iPad OS, which is a great tablet operating system, but it doesn't even come close to taking advantage of what the hardware can do. So with that in mind, we may see I hope we see some significant changes to iPad OS 18, and if those changes come, that may warrant for me anyway, it may warrant getting there's some stuff going on back there. It may warrant getting the keyboard. Today, however, it does not. This is for me, this is a $1,600 YouTube player. So, yeah, I think we'll cut it there. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, by all means, let me know. I know I say a lot, and I probably won't change that. So I'll take the feedback and ignore that one. But the rest of it, yeah, anything that you want to know, let me know, and we'll go into it. But I imagine there's probably not a whole lot to ask because there are 10,000 iPad videos. All right, take care, everybody.
it.